There he is, Brandon Vestal. 12 million views on a Dry Bar comedy special. How are you, man?
Yeah, good. Only half my mom.
Pocket party.
Dude, it's so good to see you, man. We talked over the pandemic. We'd be on the phone and stuff, and I was surprised. You're one of the guys that actually likes to talk on the phone. A lot of my friends, they'll talk a little bit, or they're more into texting or DMing. But you seem like you're a little bit like old school, like me.
No, I fooled you then.
Oh, you really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, maybe
because I hadn't talked to another comic.
Oh, maybe I just
texted in a while.
I think I just caught you on a day where you were just down to talk. I was like, because usually I'm the one to be like, damn, we've been off the phone, because I was on a drive, and I'm like, well, this is cool, man. We've been talking for an hour, and then I was
living on a farm.
Yeah, and I was almost at my destination, and then you were like, yeah, and then you said something really funny. Do you remember? You go, man. At one point, like about a year ago, during the middle of the pandemic, you said you're ready to perform anywhere. Do you remember what you said?
Yeah, I told my manager that I don't care if it's the Porta Potty Comedy Festival, I'm going. I'll pay my own way too. I'll just stay. I'll pay for my own.
Just pop in a Porta Potty. Hey, y'all, my name's Brandon, and
I had to, oh man, it was rough.
That's cool, man. So I asked people where they're from. I just found out our last comic was from Peru, but then she lived in Italy. Where did you move before you came to Los Angeles?
Altus, Oklahoma, just like Paris. Just like it.
You're from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And so growing up, there is that phrase, Oklahoma is okay. Is that?
That was on our license plates, yeah.
Yeah, and then they try to update it. Oklahoma is all right.
Yeah, it's like,
it's all right. What is it now? Do they still say that? Oklahoma is okay?
Native country or something like that.
Wow, they dropped the okay out of it.
A Native American with a bow. It looks pretty badass, actually.
Yeah, that looks pretty bad. Do that again.
It's like this.
Badass, man. So that's a good way to flex. See, you're thin. I need to be like you. I work out and exercise, but I need to get that thin thing, happen. See how your shirt doesn't poke out? Like sometimes my shirt pokes out on my stomach area.
I have a parasite.
A parasite?
Yeah.
How much do those cost? Maybe I'll do that.
Free. I got it in Peru, actually.
Oh gosh, oh man. Yeah. I love it, man. So Brandon, I like to ask people, oh, by the way, you and I have something in common. When we're talking, we both like to watch these vloggers on YouTube, like Jordan the Lion, Adam the Woo.
Yeah.
I love that kind of stuff, man. Are there any other, like, YouTubers that you've been watching or checking out?
I watch all those guys that do that kind of stuff right around where I live, so I could just go do it myself, but I just watch them do it.
Oh, that's funny when they do that, right? When they're like, today we're going to be driving around the streets of Burbank, and I'm like...
Scott on Tape is a good one. I don't know if you watch that guy.
No, I'll check him out.
His stuff is pretty good.
That's cool, man.
I can remember.
He's from Yemen.
I'm from Yemen.
Yay!
Yeah, man.
Yemen, Detroit.
Detroit.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for your service. He really was. United States Marine, not even kidding.
Yeah, he had to say he really was, because this face doesn't look like I really was. I was one of those guys that fell off the plane in Afghanistan.
He said he looks like one of the guys that fell off the plane in Afghanistan. Wow.
I can't really follow a Marine.
I know.
So.
You're like, I went to U.S., I went to the Old Navy once. I
had a buddy in ROTC. That's about as close as I got.
That was about as close as you got?
Marines.
I know. One time this guy goes, I heard you know karate. I go, I don't, but my friend does. But like, that doesn't matter in a real fight. Like, I don't know karate, but my friend, who's not here right now, he does. Brandon, let me ask you. So when you did Dry Bar, they prefer the comedians, I guess, to be clean, but then it goes everywhere. Like, were you a little nervous to work clean, or had you been working on that?
Yeah, I'd avoided Salt Lake City for my whole career because I thought you had to be super clean. I'm not dirty, really, but like super clean.
Yeah.
But their audiences are fantastic. I can't get enough Utah now.
Yeah, I remember doing one of those. I did like a Mormon college, and I remember they had the thing. They told me like, don't say even the God, don't say anything like that. Don't say HE, double hockey sticks. Keep it really clean. I realized like the adult audiences aren't like that. Like you can say a little, but the colleges, they were like, don't do this. And they have a thing, I think it's called Jack Mormon, where they're like, okay, we don't do this, but we do like sneak a little, Pepsi or
Jack
coffee.
Mormon? Is that what you call it?
I think it's called Jack Mormon.
Like Mormon on the rocks.
Yes. Like they're Mormon, but then they're like, they'll do a little. So I made a joke there and I go, hey, I see most of you, because they really were. They were drinking milk and cookies. Like each table was these big round tables and they had milk and cookies. And I go, look at this table. It's chocolate milk. Ooh, they're on the edge, or I did some joke like that, but. Yeah, so you did the show, you were a little nervous, but then you went in there and you just knocked it out of the park, man.
Yeah, they were fantastic. This is one of the best shows of my life. 2 shows we did.
Wow. You did 2 shows?
2 shows, yeah, they take both. But
what was it like to have some of your videos go over 1 million views?
I got some messages.
Did it
I wish
change?
I had a better story.
Yeah.
I got some more bookings.
It didn't change your life.
But
You weren't like,
yeah,
oh my
I can
gosh,
still-
1 million views, 2 million, 3 million.
No. Man, this is a bummer interview, but
No, it's not a bummer.
I got some stuff out of it.
Yeah, it's cool.
all good.
It's exciting. See, I would be, I'd be like, wow, I can't believe I have that many views. It's crazy. Like this video right here, this is going to get millions of views. So thank you for
Millions of views.
Thank you for being a part of it because you got the golden touch, man.
Okay, we'll
You're,
see.
you're video gold. You
Yeah.
are video gold, my friend.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Let me ask you a couple of questions before we wrap it up. What is something you've recently bought or purchased that made you just a little bit happier? Just a little bit happier.
I just picked it up tonight, a Les Paul guitar. I always wanted one of those. And I'm not good enough to have one. But I just bought it.
Do you play guitar?
It's in the car. I started back during the pandemic.
Nice.
I'm not very good.
That's good.
But,
That's
adult,
cool, man.
so
Is it? Let me
no
ask you.
one stopped me.
I know very little about guitars, but let me ask you: is it nylon strings? Is it steel strings?
Steel strings.
So you're gonna get are your fingers calloused?
I already have those, yeah.
Wow, that's good. You're good then, man. That's how I judge people on guitar.
Oh, that's how you... Well,
I
in that
do.
case, I'm fantastic.
Because I know I bought a guitar, and once I got those calluses, I'm like, I'm getting there. But then I had to like bar the guitar, where you bar the strings,
Yes.
and then I tapped out. I was like, this is too hard.
I quit
can't
my
do
first
it.
time around right there.
Did you? No. Do you use a finger pick or a thumb pick, or do you use your fingernails?
Here's
Or
my finger right here.
wow, okay.
I can't use a pick. I can't get it to work.
I showed my son. He plays a lot of instruments, and he plays piano
I've
and
seen the
bass.
video,
and,
yeah.
Oh, thank you, AusTheBassBoss, bass boss. But I showed Austin Eddie Van Halen, and he was more fixated that Eddie was playing guitar, and he had a cigarette at the end of the guitar. Where
Do you know what that was?
I don't-
Did he even know?
Oh yeah, he was more curious. Like he's like, what?
Cigarette thing.
Yeah, he was like, why does he have a cigarette there? Like he wasn't, I was like, yeah, that stood out to him.
It's weird.
Yeah,
It's interesting.
That would be right. Like
Yeah. They're going to grow up without cigarette commercials. I just realized that.
Yeah, it's right. Like remember, like back in the day, like we used to pretend to like put a cigarette pack in your sleeves and
cigarettes.
yeah, we did too, candy. And I remember it would get foggy where I grew up in Fresno, California, and so we'd go like in the mornings, and then the fog would come out or the steam off your mouth, and we pretend to like, yeah, that's not even something that kids would do now unless they pretend to vape or something. I don't know. So you bought a guitar. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's great. Hey, do you have any words of wisdom? Something you'd like to share with maybe some of our younger listeners or viewers? Something that would make somebody just a little bit happier in life. Something that you've.
Do what you want to do. You're only here once. I realized that recently.
Yeah.
You're just here, as far as I know, you're just here once. It could be a totally different system. I don't know. In that case, I'll come back. I'll let you know.
And you're doing it, man. You're doing stand-up.
Yeah.
You're making people laugh. And guess what? You're kicking ass, and you're not playing in porta potties at festivals.
But I will.
That's how much you
the
love
difference. I will. Yeah, I will.
it. All right, my man. Hey, have a
Nice.
good one, man. Take it
Thank
easy.
you.
All right.
We're done with this interview.
Keep starting that party. I want you to play your guitar the next time I see you.
Yeah. Yeah.